Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia once said, "The whole purpose of the Constitution is to prevent a future society from doing what it wants to do." This statement, made in 1996, is true for every era in American history, including our own. On August 30th of this year, the government of Texas wanted to pass a voter ID law, which a federal court struck down. Just 8 days earlier, the Maryland legislature had attempted to pass an anti-pollution law, which was declared unconstitutional as well. Due to the powers and principles enumerated in the United States Constitution, the lives of millions of people were changed those days. This single document has influenced and does influence every value that our nation possesses. Every topical issue and every moral question in American history has, at one time, come to the benches of our justices to be decided based on the Constitution and its principles. In every situation, what the people wanted to do at the time was irrelevant. Only the Constitution mattered. One example of this is the case Marbury v. Madison, when, opposing popular opinion, the judicial branch of the United States of America gained the power to strike down laws it deemed unconstitutional. Because of this decision, the Constitution's relevance has survived, as every legislator who considers a law must first ask him or herself, is this constitutional? It established a nation with a free people, and whether you agree or disagree with the principles handed down in this document, any person must admit that it influences us today. Why else do we elect our president the way we do? Why else does a police officer read the rights of any person he or she has arrested? And how else do we still have the rights that are so treasured by the American people? The answer to all of these questions is, of course, due to the power and relevance of our Constitution. The framers created this power to protect what they'd fought for. Although they had no idea of the technologies and insights that would emerge in the future, the framers knew that they wanted us to have liberty, to have unprecedented rights, and to be protected from mistakes made by past governments. The men who labored to create our Constitution were adamant that their legacy would not be in the blood spilled in the fight for freedom, but in the freedom itself. They constructed an overarching rule, still used today, that every statute, law, and court decision stems from, and through this fact, their ideals are preserved. The preservation of these ideals has allowed the application of constitutional principles in cases regarding modern technologies, like this. Imagine a man steals someone's wallet. He takes that person's credit card, goes online on his own computer, and buys item after item using someone else's money. He's stealing from them, just as people stole in the 18th century, but his method is one unimaginable to people from that era. Not only is this crime punishable, like theft, but his rights are still protected, as they would have been 200 years ago. In order for the police to search his computer, they have to have a warrant or an exception to the warrant requirement, and this is because of our Constitution. Without the Fourth Amendment, this man wouldn't have a right we take for granted, a right that can be applied to things completely outside of the framers' imaginations. And this is what keeps the Constitution alive. The Constitution has been described as a living document. If this is true, its life is devoted to the preservation of the rights of individual Americans. It guides our laws and protects our citizens. The relevance of our Constitution can be seen in the structure of our government. It can be seen in every protester with a sign and in every entrepreneur building a business. Our Constitution has let the United States guide and inspire the people of our and other countries to keep their freedoms and strengthen their voice. And its relevance will be alive as long as the United States stands, and its people have a thirst for its freedoms quenched by its democratic systems.